Reinforcements. Hang in there. No one's retreating. The fight continues.
Agent down. Boost about to activate. Rogue defender drone detected. Boost online. Allies are acquiring the boost. The boost has been taken by allies. Serious trauma detected.
What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video. Now this is going to be my True Patriot Lady Death build, or my Lady Death True Patriot build. Either way, you kind of get what I'm going with this. Now shout out to the DoD Disciples of Doom, and let's get into it. Now I have a lot of gameplay to show you guys of this build. I'm going to show you a little bit before this and a little bit after this. So if you liked what you saw beforehand, just wait, there's more. Now looking at this build, it's basically a meta build with True Patriot, meaning there is perfect adrenaline rush, intimidate, and the Lady Death. If you don't know by now, that's pretty much meta. Those three things right there, intimidate, adrenaline rush, and the Lady Death, are meta. Now what I did is I just threw that excuse me, on a True Patriot build. So I have a 4-piece True Patriot with 2-piece Walker Harrison Co. and the Lady Death. But before I get into that, let's start at the top. Using my specialization, I chose the Gunner specialization. Reason being is having True Patriot, I am healing myself. Having the Adrenaline Rush, I am also getting bonus armor. And every time I pop a armor kit from the Gunner specialization, I also get more bonus armor. All of these things proc my Intimidate, which my Intimidate will give me more amplified damage to go with my Lady Death, and there you go, game over. But also, from the Gunner specialization, I get the Armor on Kill, I also get the Riot Foam Grenade, and it's a lot of fun. So there's that. Now looking at the weapons, I'm using the Lady Death as my primary weapon. This one's at 72.4k total damage. Let me go check that. Wrong way? Yeah, wrong way. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. So I should have shotgun, SMG, and AR. Yep, okay, cool. Alright, let's do this again. What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 build video. Now this is going to be another kind of meta build with a True Patriot spin. This is not my True Patriot support build, this is more of my True Patriot run and gun build. I use this with the meta, and I will explain that to you in just a second. But first, shout out to the DoD Disciples of Doom, and let's get into it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I'll probably add a little bit more gameplay at the end of this video, just because there's quite a few clips to go through. Now, a few of you hit me up in the comment section below and told me that you like to run more armor. So what I did for this build, instead of the 1.1 million armor or the 700k armor, I went with 1.5. So I hope you guys enjoy it. This is probably the most tanky I would put it, because 1.7 million or higher, you're just not getting the damage that you do at this point right here with the 1.5 million. And you could see from the gameplay that I showed you that even with 1.5 million armor, I am still melting the crap out of people, man. It's amazing. Sometimes I forget I even have 1.5 million armor. But the other great thing about running True Patriot is my Lady Death has 42 rounds in the magazine. It shows 41, but I promise you, once you put the 1 round in the chamber, you have 42. But let's go ahead and segue into my weapons. So for my primary weapon, I am using the Lady Death. It can't be a meta build without the Lady Death. Now this one's at 72.4k total damage, and it is God rolled, maxed out in all attributes. Now what makes this such a meta weapon is the talent Breathe Free. Every time you move, you gain stacks. Once the stacks max out at 32, you're good to go. And all your rounds will now have 75 amplified damage, 75%, and that is in PvE. But in PvP, like I was showing you guys, all of that damage is amplified by 60%. So in PvP, it's 60, and in PvE, it is 75. And every time you get a kill, you also get that increased movement speed, which is glorious for getting multiple kills. So there's my primary. My secondary is the FAMAS. This is my bread and butter. I love the FAMAS. Now this one's sitting at 77.3k total damage and is also God rolled, max on all attributes, and I chose damage to armor for that bottom attribute. I also have the talent Optimist, so the less ammo that is in my magazine, the more weapon damage I get. And the FAMAS is hitting with 900 RPMs, so it's very easy to get this Optimist to fully proc and you get all that damage. Now going to my sidearm, I am using the double barrel sawed-off. Just in case I get in a sticky situation or I need to reload, I can whip this baby out. It is hitting at 1.1 million total damage. And I also have the talent Close and Personal. So if I kill an enemy within 7 meters, I get that 30% weapon damage. So those are my weapons. Now I did skip over the specialization, so I'll talk about that now. I am using the Gunner specialization. Reason being is my Intimidate procs from bonus armor. So I get bonus armor from the Adrenaline Rush, and I also get bonus armor from my armor kit. So every time I pop my armor kit, I get bonus armor because I am using the Gunner specialization. Also, it gives me 10% armor on kill, and I also get a Riot Foam grenade. So with that, I have my Lady Death that holds 42 rounds in the magazine. I get to heal myself and buff my damage with True Patriot. I have Perfect Adrenaline Rush so that I get my bonus armor whenever enemies are near me, and it also procs my Intimidate, which gives me amplified damage to go with my Lady Death amplified damage. So you can see that this thing through and through is a tank build that you are able to face tank anybody you want. There's numerous shields that come out to me, and they just get surprised when I mow them down with one magazine, because everyone forgets that running True Patriot, you get more magazine size, and then that bumps your Lady Death up to that 42 round magazine. Now enough about that, let's talk about the build. Now here is the mask. It is a True Patriot mask. Now let's go through the gear set bonuses. So the 2-piece gives me that 30% ammo capacity, which is okay, but the 3-piece gives you that 30% magazine size, and that's what you really want to take advantage of, because before the Lady Death would only have 32 rounds and now you have 42, so you're able to really utilize the full 32 rounds of amplified damage and then finish them off with that extra 10 rounds that you have in your magazine. Not only that, but then you go into the 4-piece. Now here is the 4-piece. It's pretty long, so let's get through it. It gives you the talent red, white, and blue. Every time you're using 4-piece True Patriot, there will be an indicator over your head that will switch colors. It'll go from red to white to blue. Now, it'll change flags every 2 seconds. So whenever you have a red flag over your head and you hit the enemy, that will amplify the enemy's damage taken by 8%. That is amplified damage. So you shoot the enemy while you have red flag, it'll put red flag on them, and then it'll amplify your damage by 8%. Now the white flag, shooting the enemy will repair. It'll repair the agent's armor by 2% once every second. So you get armor regen out of this, basically. And then the blue flag will decrease the enemy's damage by 8%. So when all that is said and done, and you have all 3 of these buffs and debuffs active, it'll show a red, white, and blue flag, which is called full flag. So enemies that die under the full flag will create a 5-meter explosion. Now this explosion deals damage equal to the total health and armor. So explosive damage reduced on named enemy deaths, which is fine, but in PvP you will see that some of them, they explode and it will do some damage and stagger the enemies around them. So getting them on the red flag will amplify your damage, white flag will heal you, and blue flag will decrease the enemy's damage. So it's pretty much a win-win-win. Now as far as the attributes go on the mask, this one is God rolled, so I have max armor, max crit damage, and then for the mod slot I threw on there more crit damage. Going to the backpack, this is the Matador named Walker Harris & Co. backpack. I am using 2 Walker Harris & Co. pieces, and with that I get armor damage and weapon damage. I'm choosing 2 pieces for that damage to armor. I want the damage to armor because it is multiplicative. I am running a tank build and I want to get through my enemy's armor as quick as possible. You can run 1 Walker Harris and 1 Sokolov Concern if you want, but it will not hit as hard as running 2 Walker Harris, especially with the damage to armor. Now this Matador comes with Perfect Adrenaline Rush, which again changes from PvE to PvP. So right here you can see the PvE part of it, where every stack will give you 23% bonus armor, max of 3. So in PvE you can get 69% bonus armor. However, if you go to PvP, it's 12%. So you only get to max out at 36% bonus armor, which is still fine because 36% of 1.5 million is still a lot of armor. So you're very tanky and you're using a lot of amplified damage. Now as far as the attributes, max weapon damage, max crit damage, and then weapon handling. I wish I had crit chance there, but it is what it is. And then for the mod slot, again, crit damage at 12%. Going to the chest piece, Walker Harris & Co. chest piece. This one God rolled as well. Max weapon damage, max hazard protection, and max crit chance. And then for the mod slot, I threw on there max crit damage. Now I do wish that the hazard protection was not on there and I had more crit damage, but again, RNG is not my friend. And then for the talent, I rolled on there Intimidate, because in PvP and PvE it is 35% amplified damage. That is multiplicative and it does a lot of work. That's why it's meta. All this amplified damage is stupid. You get 8% from True Patriot, 35% from Intimidate, and 60% from the Lady Death. So you're still getting over the 100% amplified damage using this build. Now going to the gloves, True Patriot gloves, God rolled as well, max armor, max crit damage. Going down to the knee pads, 164k for the armor, and then max crit damage. And then finally for the holster, again, God rolled, max armor, max crit damage. So you can see that there's a lot of crit damage going on in this build. Now, as far as these skills, I am using the Jammer Pulse because it's one of my favorite skills to use in PvP, because a lot of people love to hide behind their skills. So what I do is I run and gun, use the jammer, get past their skills, and then face tank them until they're dead. Now the cool thing about the gunner specialization is it gives you these two really cool mods. You get 15% radius and 15% effect duration. And if you can see on the right side of your screen where it says tier 1, I am actually getting more out of these two mods than I would using a tier 1 Jammer Pulse, which is pretty cool. And then also I am using the Explosive Seeker. Not only does this track my enemies in PvP, but it also staggers them and applies a bleed, so I can track them even more. Pretty useful. And then let's finish off with the stat sheet. Now this is for the Lady Death. 72.4k weapon damage in PvE, and in PvP it's at 24.1. I'm at 47% crit chance and 146 crit damage. I also have 70% headshot damage and 11% armor damage. Going to the offensive tab, I'm at 45% all damage bonus with 30% SMG damage bonus. So every time I'm using the Lady Death, I automatically get 75% damage bonus total. For the gear talents, I am using the Perfect Adrenaline Rush with the Intimidate. Like I said, this is a meta style build with True Patriot. Going to the defensive tab, 1.5 million armor with 146.7k armor on kill, 330k health, and then explosive resistance and hazard. Now remember, this is the part of the video where I do the disclaimer. If you are below shade level 1000, you will have lower stats in certain areas than me. Now if you are above shade level 1000, you do not have to worry about it. We all have maxed out watches, but just be cognizant and remember to max out your watch. Once you hit 1000, it won't matter, but if you are under it, like I said, just be mindful. You might not have as high numbers as me. But alright, you guys, this is it. This is my Lady Death True Patriot build. You still get over 100, what is it? So it's 8, 60, and 35. So that's 103% amplified damage using True Patriot, Intimidate, and the Lady Death. And that is in PvP. Now in PvE, you get 75%. So then that's 110, 118 total. So 118 amplified damage in PvE and 103 amplified damage in PvP. I love this build. I'll show you guys a few more clips and get you guys out of here. Let me know in the comment section below how you run your True Patriot build and how you run your meta build. A lot of people just go for crit and damage, which is fine, but I try to spice things up. True Patriot is actually really good, and having a Lady Death with 42 rounds in the magazine is money. I love it. But that's it, you guys. Hit that like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Agent down. Siri.
A friendly is claiming the supply drop. Point Alpha has been taken by the enemy. Friendly claiming the supply drop.
Rogue defender drone detected.
The specialization supply drop is in friendly hands. Victory is near. Don't let up now. Point Charlie is being held by your squad.
An agent needs assistance. Agent down. Rogue defender drone detected. Rogue blinder firefly detected. An agent needs assistance. Agent down. Boost about to activate. Boost now active.
Point Bravo has been captured by the enemy. Point Charlie is now held by your team.
An agent needs assistance. An agent needs assistance.
Victory is yours. Good job.